Hello, welcome back to Once the Force, the Star Wars podcast, and a very special episode. Tonight we are looking at Star Wars Battlefront II. I'm joined as usual by Dave, and this time around, instead of Dave, we got a very special guest in Robin. You may remember him from our look at Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars Celebration. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. Oh. Just let you know, I'm called George, not Dave.
Oh, I know what I mean. I'm a long Anyway, yes, so tonight we are looking at Star Wars Battlefront 2, a game we may or may not have played a lot of since it came out.
Just a little bit.
This is my life now.
Yeah, it is. Been up till 4 in the morning, almost every morning, playing it, but quite a few hours straight. But that's given us quite a nice little scope to be able to talk to you guys about it. So, first things first, we might as well jump into it. The campaign. Now, we are going to be talking about it in depth, so there will be spoilers if you haven't played the campaign. This is a warning now. I'm showing George has put spoilers all over the top. Just as a warning, spoilers here and out. So, overall thoughts. The campaign is it's a brand new Star Wars story, and it's set just during the Battle of Endor, and it goes all the way through to just past the Battle of Jakku, just before Episode 8. And you go through quite a lot of different changes. You go through quite a lot of maps and heroes and all the rest of it. It's a story mode that, for me, I adore it, but I don't like it as well. Now I'm gonna leave the don't like it part for a little bit. We'll come back to that. Guys, what are your thoughts? Just before we get into the spoilers, what are your thoughts on the campaign as a whole?
I didn't mind it. I mean, I was excited with the whole we're going to play as the Empire. This is the Empire's point of view during the Battle of Endor. This is the past 6 months. This is Inferno Squad. They're dark. They're evil. You're going to play as evil for the first ever time. I can't wait. This is going to span 30 years, and you're going to play as all of your iconic heroes. And I mean, they should have put an asterisk like, you will play through the first year post episode 6, and then you will get a time jump. And then they should have also, I forgot what I was going to say, I'm trying not to spoil it yet, but it was fine. It was just like any other first person shooter campaign. It's about 5 hours. The graphics were great, and I liked some of it. A lot of it was very predictable. But I just thought it was fine. It wasn't what I wanted it to be. I still enjoyed it, and I still did it in a sitting. But I don't know. I think I am disappointed because there was so much like build up to it. I mean, they were talking about the campaign more than they were multiplayer and the other stuff. And I've enjoyed the arcade and multiplayer a lot more than I did in campaign.
Indeed. Robin, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was like, you're supposed to be, look, you're an Imperial. You're the bad guy who you're technically being the good guy, and you have to kill the good guys that are technically the bad guys. And it was like that to begin with, and then just like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I enjoyed some bits of it, and the other bits like, why, what? This makes no sense, but okay, I'll do it. And yeah, can't really talk too much about it until we get to the spoilers bit, but I enjoyed some bits of it.
Yeah, we'll jump into the spoilers now. I mean, that was just our kind of little overview before we jump into that, because on a whole, good campaign, good story writing. I love a load of the book references, but I'll get onto that in a second. So, spoiler warning from here on out. We will be talking about everything in depth. So I was a bit disappointed and didn't really like the fact that you switched over to be the good guys. That we went from the Imperials to being the Rebel Alliance. It's like the whole point, the whole build-up, everything is, you're going to play as the Imperials. You're going to see it from the Imperial point of view. And you saw it for like 2 levels. And that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, what do you get? You get the Endor, prologue, Endor, space battle, change.
Yeah. And then, well, no, you had Fondor. Then,
then
you had
change it from
planet.
Yeah, that's the one. Sorry,
planet you change that.
What's the home planet?
Like, we'll save the civilians.
It's Bardos.
It's fine. We'll become Bardos. That's it.
Yes.
And the thing is, it happened like so sudden. Like, I've spent my entire life being an Imperial. Oh, look, a Stormtrooper! Shoot them quickly. It was our only choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we'll save the civilians. You're not saving the civilians. Fine, I'll be a rebel then.
Extremely tedious. You're an AT-AT, but you're not really an AT-AT. You just kind of shoot.
Oh, that AT-AT was so annoying. Like, its rate of fire was just like, Pew! Wait 5 seconds. Pew! It was like, I need to destroy
Oh, was that
loads
the
of
one at
stuff.
the end when you had to?
Oh,
Yeah, we're on Vardos, and you just
I got
when
confused.
you're trying to get to the Corvus.
yeah.
The first time I was like, wait, why is that there? And I just kind of waited to kill them all. Then I realized it was actually targeting me, and I died. But that was the first time I died on the game. I was actually quite angry. I was just gutted that.
Oh, I died at.
Oh, you died
You died.
before, or your internet.
Yeah, when you're trying to go through the debris field. And
Oh no, I love flying.
hitting
Flying's
debris.
my favorite part of these games.
Yeah, me too. But the debris field is just.
Oh, I
hectic.
am much better at Starfighter Assault than I am at Galactic Assault. But we'll get
Oh,
on
yeah,
to
me too.
We'll get to that later with the online.
But you know, I prefer flying than I do the ground assault. Yeah, so it was a bit disappointing that you turned. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was still excited to see how the story was going to progress. It just didn't take the turn that I wanted it to, especially when you then jump forward. Now, we'll talk about the very first hero level here, which is the Luke level. Now, if anyone's been watching the show for a while, you know how much I love Luke Skywalker. You know he's my Star Wars character full time. And I love playing as him. However, and I know, Robin, you picked up on this as well, the hero levels in this game kind of feel like they're just put in there just so you can play as them. They're not there.
They feel like DLC levels put in the actual story.
I liked the Luke one.
Yeah, the Luke one's the best of the bunch. I mean, the Lando one's pretty fun.
Yeah,
Actually,
I think
pretty good. The hard one.
with Luke, it's because it's the first time I've heard him speak in new canon. Until 3 weeks' time.
It's the first time I've heard him speak in an actual story mode that,
a
it isn't a trailer.
And
isn't Mark Hamill?
yes,
True.
that was, and he's grown his hair a bit. Is that just me that got a bit weird? But there's someone else that grows their hair, which we'll get to later. But I've got no issue with a change of, because they were always going to turn to the good side eventually, or at least have a redeeming moment for their character arc, because at the end of the day, it's a Star Wars thing.
But they could have left it until the end.
Yeah, they could have teased it. I thought when the whole first thing was happening, when he pulls, I forgot his name. I know him as Detective Lance from Arrow. He's called Paul Blackthorne.
Oh no,
Hask. Yeah. When he first pulls Hask and say, "I've got something for you," I thought that was going to slowly tease to getting them in shape, and he's going to do a couple of things. But it was no. You're all evil. I'm going to shoot you all, and it just happened so quickly, so suddenly. Suddenly, there's like posters all over town for her to be dead, and just because I don't like. I'm all for the change, but I wanted to see a bit more. It just happened far too quickly, and what got me most was you've spent an hour playing as shooting up sort of X-wing shooting rebels. Within minutes, you got a space button. Now you're shooting TIE fighters, and then you're shooting stormtroopers, and you got to do everything else. And I don't know. Like I thought it was fine. It just played like every other story.
Yeah,
but
if they'd left it to the end, it would have been better. It wasn't a twist I wasn't expecting. It was just one I thought would come later in the game.
Yeah, I think precisely that. And I think it's the fact that the entirety of marketing was around this evil. They're the special forces. They're the best in the world. They're they're all going to turn within 5 minutes.
It also annoyed me how they kept their name Inferno Squad. It's like, if you're going to go over to
yeah,
yeah,
if you're going to go over to the Rebel Alliance, you would change your name. I mean, Phoenix Squad is Phoenix Squad, but everything else is either red, blue, green, grey, Phantom. We'll get into Phantom later. But Inferno, they really should
also, how can it be a squad when there's only 2 of them?
I had to laugh as well. There's that bit Leia goes, "Your Inferno Squad, you've caused us a lot of pain. Hey, do you want to join the rebellion?"
Yeah,
it was literally like it was almost like they'd written it and said, "You know what, guys, we need to quickly address the fact that they did kill some rebels," and it's just that one throwaway line like, "You caused us a lot of pain."
Yeah,
and I'm there like, okay, move on.
But you had Lando previously saying, "Oh yeah, you're bad guys. We don't quite trust you. Come join us on this mission and help us."
I think Lando was good fun though in his, and I did like, is it Shriv?
Shriv, yeah, the Duros.
Oh yes, I love that Duros.
Yeah, no, Shriv's awesome. The Lando level's actually quite fun just as Lando.
Yeah, I was going to say like that's made me excited. Han Solo.
Was it? It wasn't Billy D. Williams. Was it his son that did it on this one?
I don't know. It wasn't Donald Glover either.
Did a pretty good job though.
Oh no, they did a fantastic job.
Because I was thinking, wait, is this Billy D? And there were a couple of times like, no, that's not Billy D. But whoever it is, it's pretty spot on.
And indeed, someone will quickly have to Google this whilst we are. You see, Ron, this is what we have to deal with. Usually you go and correct us. I know Dave
Yeah,
is actually
sorry.
watching tonight. He's unfortunately doing a thing, so he can't join us. But maybe Dave can Google it for us and tell us.
Yeah.
Of course, he is saying it's very strange being a viewer. Well, yeah. Unfortunately,
It's very strange for me being on here.
Yes, this is true. But no, the Lando level I really enjoyed, and it was one of those things that the campaign was really good, except for how quickly they turned it. And again, the Leia level, I quite enjoyed that. Playing on Naboo, playing as Leia, although it doesn't contradict Shattered Empire, but it does kind of mess around with the timeline slightly.
A little bit, because I actually, playing it was like, I know this is set during Shattered Empire, and I was actually half expecting Shara to turn up. But she didn't. And then I reread Shattered Empire. I was like, well, technically it doesn't contradict it, because you do see the Naboo starfighters, and there's 3 of them, which is obviously Leia, Shara, and the Queen. But then obviously that whole bit you play on the ground, like after the bit in the comic. But also another thing that kind of annoyed me, but only a little bit, was that Leia's outfit is wrong. She has a totally different one in Shattered Empire. Obviously, she's supposed to be wearing the same thing, but it's different.
Yeah, no, it's
that's just a tiny little thing.
Exactly the same time as Shattered Empire, because later on we get Jakku. That's set exactly the same time as Aftermath. Well, actually, the majority of this storyline is set around the Aftermath trilogy, which is a brilliant set of books. It does have a lot of nods to it. Speaking of Jakku, we might as well talk about that level. I think for me, Jakku is probably my favorite level. The Battle of Jakku is just insane.
I don't know where I stand with Jakku. Because I haven't read Aftermath, I know bits about it. Jakku is the end of the Empire. We know that. Everyone knows that. It's the last stand. It's in episode 7. It's where Rey is, the Shattered Star Destroyer. And so, they're targeting Jakku. Click the fingers. And now we are mid-battle. No build-up, no nothing. We are at the Battle of Jakku. And
it's better than the first one. We're going to be talking about the Battle of Jakku. Here is this new exclusive bit from episode 7. It's just a map for online. Where it's going to actually go into the story, it actually go into the battle itself. And you do have nods to both Episode 7 and Aftermath with Phantom Squadron, which is led by Wedge and has Snap in it.
Yes.
Which is one of those things I think if you know the books, then this campaign has a lot added to it. I think I was better for it, knowing the books and knowing the expanded canon going into it, because when they did drop things like Gaius Rax in the Han Solo level, Admiral Sloane, who it's one of Rob and I's favorite characters from the
or Vice Admiral Sloane, she was at that time. Yeah.
It's characters like that it adds the stitching it together very well, like between the books, between the TV shows, between the comics and the films. They actually really stitch it together very well. And I've spoken about this past on this channel about how they're linking it all together. Actually, might as well talk about the Han Solo level as well, because that was so irritating.
I hated that level.
I hated Maz in it. I didn't need. I mean, we understand that he has a pass in Takadona, but it was. Did you guys play Lego Force Awakens?
No.
Yes.
Did you do the Takadona level?
What, the downloadable one?
No, it was in the main storyline, where you just go in the X-wing and Millennium Falcon, and you slowly kill all the TIE fighters across the river. That's exactly
which you then do in Battlefront.
Yes, that's all I thought.
When playing that, I was getting flashbacks to the Lego game.
That's all I could think.
Hang on, I swear I've done this before.
Yeah, and it was fun. I liked seeing sort of post episode 6 Han, he's gone in recluse and he's hidden away from. Well, he's not. He's basically hiding from Leia, isn't he? Not outright, but he's hiding still. And
but
he's
again,
growing
that
a beard.
level has references to Life Debt.
Yeah. Oh, how they get the plans, how they get the information for Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk.
That was a very good point. And again, with Gaius Rax as well. The name drop for Rax is crucial if you read the Aftermath trilogy, because he's behind a lot of stuff. He's also behind the Messengers as well. So the whole reason why
I nearly missed that, because I was kind of. Sorry. Because I nearly missed that Rax bit, because I was just walking to the exit, and the guy had fallen so far behind, and I heard it was like, wait, did he just say Rax?
Wait, hold on. I don't know anything about Gaius Rax. I just came in as a neutral that hasn't read the book, so I don't know. There was something like I didn't mind the hero levels when they added to the story. Like I liked the Luke one because in Shattered Empire.
It was the Han one was my least favorite. That didn't add anything for me.
Yeah. Also, the guy you had to follow and
he was annoying as hell.
Annoying as hell.
But also
I kept shooting him in the head.
Yeah, I tried. That level for me felt like it was put in there just because they wanted to have a Han level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lando one actually I really quite liked. I think that added to the storyline. The Leia one, that added to it a bit. The Luke one was crucial for Dell's development, but not so much the story as a whole. But I really enjoyed that. That was just me as a Luke fan, not just a Battlefront fan. But yeah, and then we'll talk about the last level, which isn't the last level, and we'll get onto that in just a second. But the Kylo Ren epilogue. Now, I like the fact they brought Gleb back at the end. I like the fact that she was able to track them down to Pelio. And I did like the whole Kylo Ren "I'm going to go into your mind" bit. It shows the process of how he goes through your mind. And he was mentioning Lord Santaka as well, actually by name mentioning Lord Santaka, so he knows.
Yeah, first time we've actually heard his actual name.
Yeah, no, we knew that Kylo Ren knew who he was because of the opening of episode 7, but to actually hear him say his name and go through it, that was good. However, I hated that level. I genuinely hated that level of passion because I thought it was so. It was too easy and it's too dystopian of just like so broken up and you killed a few people, but they weren't even really trying to kill you. I really didn't like it.
Yeah.
I
also got confused at why the First Order Stormtroopers were shooting at you, Kylo Ren.
Yes.
It's like, wait, are they shooting? Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be killing the Stormtroopers as well as Kylo Ren? What?
I just got... The campaign's like, we'll take 30 as the stars. I thought we'd get, maybe a mission every couple of years or a certain bit. I just didn't expect to have every level for a year and then go forward 29 years.
Yeah.
And the Kylo Ren thing was, okay, we want you to be Kylo Ren for when you do campaign. So at this bit in the end, they could have just left that as a cutscene because I loved the twist that... is it Hax? No?
Hask.
I love that Hask was still alive.
Yes, that was...
Yeah, I was like...
Especially since he's an absolute nightmare to shoot down.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I got a bug on mine.
Trying to kill him was
I got a bug on mine, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. He got stuck on an engine at the. It was a Mon Calamari cruiser. He got stuck in the engine, and I couldn't find him for about 2 minutes. Yeah. And I saw this tiny TIE interceptor stuck on an engine, so I just had to keep doing strafe runs for about a minute until he died.
Yeah,
mine had got glitched.
Was a nightmare to kill. However, the interesting thing is on that they also mentioned the Starhawks. Now, the Starhawks are basically reclamation projects of Star Destroyers, bits of Mon Calamari ships, it's a bit of everything basically. Again, very important to the Aftermath books. But again, that's one of those things that you can tell Pablo Hidalgo has had a hand in the storyline in this because he has taken the books and shoved them right into the mainstream of the game.
I'd say the story group set a celebration that they'd worked with EA, didn't they?
Yeah, you can really tell. I think they need to keep up the level of consistency and the quality because barring some of the bits I think was probably EA's choice, the actual story itself was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. Like it was cool seeing Inferno Squad, but the minute that twist happened, I was just bored.
I want to read the Battlefront 2...
The prologue, sort of.
The prequel book.
See, I've read what that's about, because I read the Wikipedia of it in prep for this, and it just feels... Well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's about Saw Gerrera's rebel troops, and it's just like, oh, look, we're just connected to another storyline from the past. Hooray. I don't know, the campaign, I just think overall, it was just... I'm excited for this DLC coming up because they left it on the cliffhanger, and I think that's them being smart. I think it means that with the Last Jedi DLC, we'll get some missions set in this. I think there'll be 2 or 3 levels max. I don't see much at all. They probably could have put it on the game, just chose to delay it a couple of weeks. But I'm more intrigued to see what shit's going to look like as old age, because if you look at the actors that played them, I think Javina...
voice for Leia had it pretty spot on as well.
The Leia voice was good.
I'm surprised they didn't use Catherine Traber, who voices her in Rebels. surprised they didn't get hurt.
Was it definitely not her?
I
No.
don't know who it was. It was
No, but it definitely wasn't her. Because I was listening going, I don't know who this is, but why is it not Catherine Traber who's voiced her on Rebels and does a fairly decent job as being there?
Well, whoever it was, they got they did a very good job of doing it. And again, whoever did Lando did a good job of that.
Yeah.
So yes, thoughts on the upcoming DLC though. I mean, I'm very intrigued to see how it happens, what they do with it, and what the level's going to be. I'm interested to see what. I mean, it's one of those things with being the Last Jedi. We can't really. So we speculate a little bit. We can't comment too much only because we haven't seen the film yet, so we don't know what they could add. I'm hoping they put it. We know they're putting in Finn and Phasma. I'm hoping they add in the Executioner Stormtrooper. Maybe put in the Praetorian Guards as well, things like that. I mean, that would be cool to see.
I think they're going to put quite a few things. I think we'll get. We're obviously going to get Phasma Finn. They said they're going to add in vehicles. We're getting Starfighter Assault on Takar, and we're getting Galactic Assault on Crate. So anything we're going to get ATM-6s. We're going to get. I think they've even confirmed a new hero ship, the A-Wing. I believe that's flown.
Yeah, Talia Lenin, something like that.
Yeah.
Her A-Wing, yeah.
So
and a new thing for Poe's X-Wing as well.
Yeah, basically his boost. Also, where are our Episode 8 villain hero new ships? We have the Kylo Ren TIE Silencer, which is great fun online, but we need something more.
I get more, and to be fair, I must enjoy. So I'm enjoying flying as the TIE SF as well as the TIE FO, just because I think the SF's a brilliant ship. But that's, I mean, this thing for the future though, beyond the Last Jedi, I'm interested in what they do. I reckon they could do some Clone Wars era missions, perhaps. Like, for example, Umbara, because the Battle Umbara, I can't remember what the actual arc was called, but with
the Umbaran arc.
The Umbaran arc.
That's literally what it's called.
Fair enough, with Pong Krell. That was one of my favourite arcs from the Clone Wars.
Oh my god, can you imagine running around as Pong Krell?
Well, the thing is, though, that's the thing, they've got Matt Wood and D. Bradley Baker in it.
They've
got the resources.
Yeah, Death Clones and Clankers.
Amazing, yeah.
I don't think we'll get any levels prequel at all. I think we'll get these levels for her, and then EA are going to be done with offline story mode. I think they'll keep adding arcade.
No, I reckon we might get one for Han Solo because that comes out in May.
I think we'd get skin. I think we'd get arcade stuff. I could imagine maybe something to do with Kessel and being in the Falcon, but actual levels themselves, I don't think we're going to get anything anymore. Because if they're going to ship out 3 levels, then because when you think about it, the time it takes them to do a campaign and stuff like that, all the cutscenes, all of that, that's all got to be done now, which is why they're obviously saving these new ones for another month. But they'll just give us the hero. If anything prequel, they're just going to give us the heroes, give us an arcade mode, and just chuck a map in as well. There won't be any story stuff. I'd happily bet 20 grand on it.
Well, the new levels, I hope, are going to fit in like the story, because the story just seemed like it was missing huge chunks, and I reckon that some of the DLC levels might be that.
Yeah, I think we'll find out about. Well, they mentioned that she had a kid. We'll find out about the kid, who's probably going to be someone that gets name drops, maybe in a film or in a TV show.
I have a theory on that.
Right. I mean, I'm just going to put it out there just because everyone.
Yeah, the fact that they just said a daughter. Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be Ray, but at the same time, might as well name drop it anyway, just because.
I think.
Yeah, the timeline kind of fits.
I think they probably just split up, and I think he's part of Lord Santeca's religion, and I think the storyline will finish with Kylo interrogating her and finding out I mean, I think in technically the Lego Star Wars game is canon, right?
No.
No.
I thought the storyline of it was.
No, none of the Lego Star Wars is canon at all.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Lord Santeca gets thrown into space.
Oh no! As in the side levels they did.
Oh, what, the DLC ones?
Yeah, and they did a prologue one.
Actually, yes, I think those ones are, yeah.
And they did a prologue one,
I think.
which you were Captain Phasma and Kylo Ren, and you fly them down on a planet, and I can't remember it fully, but you interrogate someone there, and they tell you Jakku. I think we'll get something similar to that, and I think maybe Phasma could be the hero for the new DLC levels. But I think this story will finish with finding out that Lord Santeca's on Jakku, because that guy was clearly a part of the religion that believes in Jedi still.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. He's probably going to be part of the Guardian of the Wills. But yeah, I mean, we can speculate for ad infinitum on the DLC, but what we can talk about things we know about, and we'll talk about the arcade. The arcade, there's so much fun. some of the levels are so much fun.
Yeah.
I've only played like all of the dark side ones, and I played the first two on the light. Was it the first two? Definitely played the first one on the light side, but I just played like all the first ones of the dark side. It was quite fun, just going around as Kylo Ren, just killing resistance troops.
That was true. Also, playing as Iden Versio is quite OP because you stood behind one of the boxes underneath the in the cellar and just go, "Cool, come at me," and just gun them all down.
The arcade's good fun because it gives you practice, it gives you credits, and it gives you stars. Although EA came out and said you can only get credits for like 3 of them, and then it resets over 15 hours, which is, I think, terribly unfair.
No, I think it's 8.
It's 8.
Is it 8?
Yeah, it's 8.
Well, because I did
really
that, and it's just saying like, get them in 7 hours. I was like, okay, but you only got like 100 credits each anyway.
I would say because I did the first 3 on Tuesday, and then I don't know if they've patched it since, but they told me after 3 that I can have any more credits, which was annoying because I did all 48, so I should have actually pocketed 4,800. But no, but I understand why, because they think people are just going to glitch it to keep getting credits. But they should just be smart and say, listen, if they're getting a star, then they should get it. If they're not getting a star, then they don't get it. Be as simple as that. But nope, we can't have that. But the arcade's great fun. The more you do it, the harder it gets. Well, I wouldn't say some of them get harder. It just means reading the level descriptors beforehand. If it's one-shot kill, then it's simple. You put a turret down and you stand on the other side of it.
Yeah.
And you hide in a tunnel underneath Yavin 4. That's the hardest one as a Death Trooper. That was solid.
Yeah,
but
irritating.
I'll
tell you what, actually, the one thing that really, really bugs me in this game is the fact that, especially with Iden Versio, is the fact that you play as first person or third person. You play as first person throughout all the campaign mode and all of online. But as soon as you play as a hero, you're in third person mode and you can't switch it back to first person mode.
Yeah, that is weird.
And playing as some characters like Bosk is just a nightmare.
I didn't play as Bosk.
Especially in Heroes vs. Villains. Yeah, well, I just got forced to play Bosk when I tried to play Heroes and Villains. Like, I don't want to be Bosk, but it's the only character left.
No one
and
wants
just
to be
probably
Bosk.
got murdered.
Bosk is the Aquaman of...
But after that, I managed to be Boba Fett, and that was fun.
Yeah. It was one of those things, playing in the arcade mode, doing the... I can't remember which mission it was, playing the Rocket Trooper. That was just irritating as hell. Trying to do it in third person when you really should be able to do it first person.
I don't know.
Why you can't.
I just did the campaign in third person. I don't like third person shooters. I'm better with first. It's easy. It's a lot easier with first person. But with the heroes, it would look really stupid though if you were running around with a lightsaber in first person.
I don't like how Kylo Ren runs. I think he looks really stupid.
Really? I love it. I don't know why he runs like that. I don't think we've ever seen him run like that.
No,
but
to be fair, he walked funny to me in the film anyway.
I was going to say, I can imagine him running. I can imagine him running like that though. That's the thing. Maybe we'll see him running the new one, but he is quick. But I don't know, the third person. I mean, I don't think it's too hard because normally it's your advantage. And
it's not too hard. I just don't like it. I prefer first person to third person. That's just me as a.
But would you want to play
third person?
Would you want to play as a Jedi in first person?
No.
Wouldn't be able to see anything.
Jedi, no. But people like Iden Versio or Bosk or Boba Fett or the Rocket Trooper, yes.
I don't know. It'd be weird. Bob is all right. Bob is better in this game than last one. I will say that though.
Yeah, that's.
My God, his jetpack is. You can fly high on that thing. I actually flew outside the level.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can fly outside. It just ties.
I managed to go. Yeah. If you go straight up, like, do you know if you wander off and it says "get back into the arena"? If you fly straight up as Boba Fett, you get that same message. I nearly flew out of. I did fly out of the arena.
Fair play.
Because his jetpack is just powerful. They should have Jango Fett. I can see him being like DLC, like being.
But that's on the Heroes and Villains side. The actual the custom arcade mode is quite fun as well. That gives you a lot of practice for online mode. Is doing the custom arcade, setting everything up. I mean, for me, that's a great way to play as just a clone trooper. If I want to just play as a clone trooper, if I want to just play as a stormtrooper, it's like you can just go, right, I want to play as this and set up specifically. The one thing I wish they'd done was put Starfighters in there. Because there's no Starfighter Assault in arcade mode, and that really bugs me. Yeah,
I thought we needed that because I wanted to learn the hero. I mean, we'd asked players Maul and Poe through the beta, so I just wanted a bit of training for the other ones. But I mean, they're pretty easy to pick up.
I own as Vader.
I can't do the tie. Poe's got the best ship of all of them. The Black X-Wing, unbiasedly, is the greatest ship in Star Wars lore. It's so OP. They don't even see you coming. Like, even though you're a Black X-Wing, you're just another. To them, you're another X-Wing on the map, and then you just obliterate them. If they start shooting, you can just laugh because you can just put your BB-8 on and get all your health back.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
Just play him for a bit.
Still online.
But speaking of online, should we go into multiplayer for a bit?
Yes, we might as well, because the multiplayer is a hell of a lot of fun. It's what we've been playing at pretty much non-stop.
Go for me, your favourite game modes.
Galactic Assault is my favourite. I've played all the modes so far. Blast is pretty fun. Heroes versus Villains is hilarious. But I love Galactic Assault because in the same game, you can go from being a clone trooper to being in a LAAT to being in a ARC 170 to being... you can be every single mode. It plays everything. You get a fair shot at earning enough points to be ships and just play above the level. I love that because it's a lot of objectives. It's a big mode, and it takes you've got to put effort into it. It's a lot of fun.
Robin,
I love Starfighter Assault, mainly because I'm a little bit better at it than as a trooper.
True, I did get a 7
and just
kills
playing the objectives. Yeah, just playing the objectives is a brilliant way to just get the points. It's like everyone else is shooting each other. I'm just going for the objective. I'm like, I'm getting all these points and then die. But yeah, it's like I blew up the thing. Give me all the points, please.
I think I love Starfighter. It's so easy. I mean, there's easy and there's this. I'm a level 10 heavy bomber. Not heavy bomber. Yeah, bomber. So I've got TIE bomber if I need it. I just sit there going as slow as I can. The zoom in's unreal. The targeting's easy. And you just obliterate everyone playing the objective, especially when you're defending. And
I like how they've taken off the auto lock though, so you really have to try.
Have they? It feels like it's on auto lock. Whether that's just because I'm in the better ship.
Yeah, no, they've taken off they've allowed you to zoom in. They've given you a target area, but they've taken off the auto lock. The only thing they've allowed the auto lock on is missiles.
I didn't even know auto locked anyway, but it was really easy to get it in that circle. It still is very easy, but it just makes it funner, and I can get 3,000 within 2 lives, so you can be the first in that hero ship, then you just start padding your stats, taking everyone out.
Yeah.
And I do like Galactic Assault, but I haven't played them all. I think this is a credit compared to the last game. I like the last game. It was a massive disappointment, but I still thoroughly enjoy it. And this is the only game I've got. How many games do I do? I own 4 games, no 5, and that's one of them. So it's the fact that this is about 4 days, and I don't know if I played every single map yet. I mean, there was a space battle on Ryloth, and I've only done.
Yeah, I literally saw that just now.
Yeah.
That's I was playing that before we came on. It's like, wait, you can play as Ryloth?
I haven't seen that. So
this is the point.
I know, I definitely haven't.
No, this was literally the first time today. I saw. I was like, wait, I can play on Ryloth.
I saw it yesterday, and I've only had it once. My issue right now with multiplayer. Actually, I've got 2. I'm just going to say them. Well, until they've got more heroes, I understand why. I despise the fact that you can have heroes from different eras on Galactic Assault. If you're doing the Battle of Kashyyyk, I do not want to see Rey there. I do not want to see Kylo Ren there. They need. I hope that when more heroes start coming out, I hope that they slowly start switching that over, because it's just nonsense.
Yeah, no. When you're playing as a clone trooper, you get killed by Kylo Ren. It's irritating. Like, this is wrong. This is not how this should be.
Exactly, and the other thing.
I like that.
Oh no! How? It's just
because it's like wish fulfillment. It's like when you were a kid, or maybe nowadays, playing with your figures and like having Kylo killing clones.
No one did that as a kid.
It's annoying when I get killed as Kylo.
He does.
I do.
No, it's wrong on every level. I don't like it.
I mean, I can see your point of view that if you're like playing on Theed as clankers and clones, you don't want to suddenly have Darth Vader come and kill you.
But that's what happens. But they're easy to kill. It's my issue right now is also the fact that, like I said, I didn't know Ryloth was on this game. On the old ones, you press square on the menu and you can pick what map you want to go on first. You should be able to do that, because what
irritates me is you can't select what era. If you want to play a specific era, you kind of have to wait and choose.
Yeah, it's about luck as well. You can't even find out on the main menu when you're waiting what planet you're on until you've actually started.
Yeah,
but I need that option, because some of the challenges they want you to do is I've done win as a defender on all 5 Starfighter Assault maps, but I've done 4 out of the 5 on attacking. I need to go to Ryloth again. And every time I go in that playlist, I always seem to be on Fondor or Endor.
Oh, I'm getting sick of Fondor because obviously I played it a lot during the beta.
On the beta,
like,
yeah.
I know what to do. Like, just give me something else.
And that's the thing. They need to introduce a way to search it, but except for them 2 things.
Endor annoys me just because I hate all the debris.
Oh no, I love the debris. When it's like enemy looking onto you, and you just start flying really quick through the debris, and then you just hear an explosion behind you, and you know that you won.
I've
had that chasing someone has just crashed into debris.
Yeah, I do love how they put the seismic charges in though.
Yeah, it's like the whole game goes quiet. It's not even you. The entire game sound. I was like, wait, is my headset broke? And then you just hit.
Yeah, like, wait, what's going on? Just like turn a bit, like, oh, it's a seismic charge.
Yeah.
But what I do like, because in the beta, not Boba Fett, Starfmore's ship, when it goes invisible, it used to be fully invisible, like you couldn't see anything, and now there's a very thin blue line around it, which means it's easier to spot, but also it means, I mean, I've never crashed it, but I think a lot of people were crashing it because they couldn't tell where they're going.
I haven't played as a scimitar yet, so I wouldn't know, but I have seen it in action. I have killed it, actually. I killed it over Camino as a vulture droid. That was hilarious.
I love Camino.
Camino's my favorite level. To be fair, though, actually, I still think my favorite story so far from multiplayer was Robin. Do you want to tell of your melee kill?
Oh, yes. So I was playing on Naboo as a clanker, and all of a sudden there was a Wookiee in front of me. So I panicked slightly because it was a Wookiee and I'm a clanker. So I was meleeing it, and I killed it. I melee killed a Wookiee as a B1 battle droid.
B1 battle droid.
Yes. I bet that guy was going, how the hell did that happen?
The B1.
Meleeed by a B1.
Yep.
But yeah.
However,
But still.
Now, continuing on the theme of things we dislike, though, I have one major gripe with multiplayer. I can live with not knowing what level I'm going to play as. However, not being able to customize my character like you were able to in the first game annoys me to no end. I finally got to play as a clone trooper. I cannot choose if he's phase 1 or phase 2. I can't choose the color, can't change the helmet. The only thing you can change is the emotes and victory pose. And the only good thing about it is I've unlocked 1 emote, and that's it. But that's the only thing you can customize. And it annoys me because I loved the customization on the first game. I was looking forward to having that for clankers and for clone troopers, for first order stormtroopers and all that, and having that taken away is just
it's coming. EA. So there was a big Reddit this week. We've got to get to the microtransactions in a minute.
We will.
But
yes.
The EA went on Reddit and had one of the funniest Reddits I've ever paid attention to in my life.
Well, before we get into that, I'll do the last thing.
It's about customization.
Okay, well, before we do that, just go to the last thing I like, because we'll get onto that and then talk about microtransactions. But the last thing I like when it comes to the online multiplayer is when you do end up playing as either Galactic Assault or you do it as Starfighter Assault, whatever mode you choose, they seem to find a way of balancing it more than they had the last game. In terms of the playlist, to me, the actual players seemed a little bit more balanced this time around compared to the last game, where you could end up on a team of entire noobs against a team that's been playing for God knows how long. This one, they do seem to have balanced it more. Now, maybe that's just because it hasn't been out long and everyone's a bit green. Apart from those who played the beta, I wasn't fortunate enough to play the beta. As everyone who watches the show knows, I didn't have my laptop for a while. So I wasn't able to play the beta, wasn't able to download it, whatever. So unfortunately, that was that. But I really like how they seem to have balanced it for me. How do you guys feel about that, though?
I don't want to sound like an arrogant. I almost swore then. I've actually got an episode about swearing. I don't sound arrogant, but I don't care for my team. If I am on that team, that is enough to win the match. I know that sounds absolutely horrendous, but it's a fact. My stats can prove that. Another thing, they don't actually have your stats on display. I want to know. Everyone asks me how much have I played it, and there is no figurative way for me to tell them that. One thing I can confirm is I played 150 minutes as a heavy trooper, and that's game time. That's not even as a hero. But
heavy's my favorite class.
Heavy's the best. You just put the shield on, crouch down, find a nice comfy corner, and there you go. Get your hero points.
I love going around with the rotary cannon going, come on then, bring it on.
It's always get the sentry gun out and just stand by a door waiting for them to you keep shooting, so when the door opens, they're going to get shot anyway. But I lost my train of thought.
The Reddit. So we'll talk about the Reddit.
Yeah. So right, let's go into microtransactions. for those that don't know, there was a way for you to purchase. Believe it or not, apparently in the history of gaming, no game has ever had a microtransaction until this week. Not FIFA Ultimate Team, that's had them for well over 7-8 years. Not even the last Battlefront, which had them. Not any other game. Not, what was it, Shadow of Mordor, which apparently had to pay to get to the last level. That wasn't even EA. And so what? If you haven't read the news, people are upset because if you want to spend money on the game to open some boxes and have a very slim chance of getting a nice card, you can. And they're forgetting the fact that the season pass is free, and EA want to get a slight bit of DLC money, which was clearly done through this. But on Friday, all fair play to them, they released a statement apologising, saying we've got this game, well, not the game wrong, we've got this angle of the game wrong. We're going to work at our progression system, and then we will be able to, then we can bring back these buying crystals for the future content. And what's been very heavily rumoured / confirmed is the DICE developer, someone asked him on Reddit, they're a big part of the AMA. One of my favourite things with last Battlefront was the way I could customise my trooper, what species I was, because Star Wars is such a vast game, blah, blah, blah. And the DICE developer goes, yes, we've heard that, and that's something we want to address in the future. He goes, we spent a lot of time making the best possible sort of presentations of clones, blah, blah, blah. And we do want to be able to give the option in future content to customize not just them, but the rest of the Star Wars universe. Given the Star Wars, the really long-winded question is, yes, customization is coming eventually, and they believe that's what the crystals may be for. Because the crystals aren't just bought with real money. You can unlock them through doing challenges and stuff. So I've got a feeling, give it a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two.
I reckon probably a month. Give it with the Last Jedi DLC.
I think it'd just be after, maybe New Year. But
yeah, probably
or Christmas.
Yeah,
because that's when, of course, a lot of people will get in the game because Christmas presents.
Yeah,
and possibly like gift cards and stuff to spend on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, get your microtransactions. What I will admit to is I spent a tenner on this game on microtransactions, and yes, I bought some crates. Please don't cry in the comments. And you know what? It's made no difference to my gameplay, because I didn't even use half the cards because they're not attributed to the characters I use or what I like doing.
It's one of those things where it's not those who, like yourself, will put a tenner on. It's those who put a couple of hundred on.
But and that's on them. If they want to spend a couple of hundred, I welcome them because I will still finish above them. And I can understand people being going, it's not fair, it's not fair. And I was like, you know what? Every game does this now, and like I would much rather have microtransactions be an optional choice for you rather than have a season pass. Which you have to pay 40 quid for, because deep down you want all of the content they're going to release. Look at the last Battlefront game. There was more content in the season pass than on launch day.
Yeah.
Don't know, I have an opinion.
No, it's true. I mean, personally, I was in the camp that I think that microtransactions should stay in games that are, you don't have to pay for. If you like for a mobile game, for example, if you want to pay to get some more playing time, or whatever, then that's fine. In games like this, it should be for skins, cosmetic things that make you look pretty but don't actually affect the gameplay. So that if you want to pay the money to get that, then fine, but it won't affect someone who can't afford to do that. Which is why I'm happy they've taken it out and they've addressed it, because they could have just left it, but they didn't. They actually addressed it, and EA, I think Disney are making them listen to the fans.
This time they are.
Yeah, but there is still the option to actually click to buy crystals, but then it says you can't do this.
That's what it is. It's because they've shut the transactions off.
Yeah, they literally just flick the switch off, but the option is still there. So let's see what this does. Oh, okay, can't do it.
Yeah.
But in the end, it would basically just be to buy loot boxes, which is essentially gambling anyway. Because like George said, the amount of times I've got stuff for the officer, I'm like, I don't like playing as the officer. I don't want that stuff. Yeah. So you're essentially paying real money to gamble on a box for something that isn't even real anyway.
Yeah, and it's like Ultimate Team on FIFA. I think that's the most famous example. YouTube videos of YouTubers spending hundreds and hundreds on them until they get Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi, which to me is just tragic and embarrassing, and a waste of time. With this, one thing I will address is the credit system. See, rightfully so. When it came out on the trial last week, the credits were 60,000 for Luke Vader, 40,000 for Emperor Han. No, for Emperor Leia and Chewbacca, not Han 3, and it was what 15,000 for anniversary or something. That was disgraceful.
I think so, yeah.
And they corrected that within a day, and they made it 15k for the most expensive ones, 10k for the band 2, 5k for band 3.
Yeah.
And people are still moaning. I'm there saying, hold on, why should you have everything on launch? Like, I understand it's a hero, but you play campaign, you're gonna get. I come out of campaign about 16,000 credits.
Yeah.
And that's
also for completing the last level, you get 5,000 that you can buy Iden with anyway.
Yeah.
So essentially, by completing the campaign, you get Iden.
Yeah, but I chose to spend mine on crates, but you get the option to do that, and it's one of those things that I don't understand why people are moaning now, because EA have actually listened, paid attention, and fixed things, whereas a lot of companies will just go, "Well, deal with it."
Precisely.
Yeah, but also, people are basically complaining about playing the game to get stuff.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue.
That hurts me when the people
it's a bit stupid.
40 hours to get that. It's like, so when you were a kid and you played on an N64 and you had to play to unlock all the levels, that didn't annoy you, but playing to unlock them now annoys you.
Do you remember you used to have to get all of the mini kits to get the bonus level on the Lego games?
Yeah.
Or on even Call of Duty, the old ones, you'd have to. Oh, what was it? Oh, that's it. COD. You'd get the best gun at level 48, or back in the day of Modern Warfare 1. You had to play to unlock the best things, and I don't think there's anything wrong with them having there's 14 heroes on the game, right? And there's 6 tucked away under credits. What's wrong with playing to earn that? And we know that Finn and Phasma are going to be credit characters, which is fine, but you're getting loads of credits for playing, and you're like us, we've probably all played it way too much. Currently, I've got 40,000 credits, and I've chosen not to unlock.
I've only got 8,000.
It's because
I have been buying crates and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and I bought Luke, I bought Vader because I'll play as them. I don't want the Emperor, I don't want Chewbacca, I don't want Leia, and I don't want Iden Versio. And maybe I'll buy them in the future, but right now I'd rather cushion up to 100k, get the Last Jedi characters when they come out, then have a binge of crates to prove myself, well, I should have unlocked these heroes after all. But I think some of the negativity surrounding this game, I think, is just because it's done by EA. Like EA, they're no shining knights. They have a very bad history. Everybody knows that they are the greediest games company in the world. You could write a list of what you hate about them, but the way they've handled this game, I think not just myself, but anyone that's played this game knows that actually this is a turning point. Tell me the last time a AAA game didn't have a season pass. None.
No, it's
even South Park.
It's probably about 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's and this I hate season passes. It's like, so you're telling me I have to spend nigh on 50 quid to get the game, but another nigh on 50 quid to get the other half of the game.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, it kind of depends on the game. So I know the Lego games, I think the season pass is only 12 quid, and they're usually mostly levels anyway.
You know what I mean?
I don't mind paying a bit more for levels, but
yeah, it annoys me that you have to pay to get the rest of the game.
Yeah, and it's
because with the first Battlefront, the season pass was about the same as the actual game,
and you got more in it.
So I'm paying for 2 games basically.
That's always been my issue with the last Battlefront. It was fine, but I had to get that season pass eventually, and I'll wait until the first few are out. But with this, we know that everything is going to be free in the future. So when they release that Obi-Wan, when we get that Anakin, when we get Grievous, when we get Jin, Scarif, Utapau, there's a rumored list of everything. We're going to get more Episode 8 stuff. Once the film's out and we know the spoilers, guarantee you we'll get Luke or Snoke or some other people, who knows, but we will get more Last Jedi stuff. And the fact it's all going to be free, when in reality they could cash in so well on this, is going to be absolutely insane for us. And I think the negativity
is undeserved now.
Yeah, I just think it's a witch now. They're finding. I mean, I saw an article. It's like this. You can still do microtransactions on Battlefront 2. I read the article. It's like if you bought the starter, if you bought the what's my version called? Like the
Ultimate
Deluxe Edition,
Deluxe Edition, Stormtrooper Edition, something like that, whatever. Oh, you got 2 star cards for Rey and Kylo Ren to give you an advantage. I was there like, that's 2 hero characters, and
but you get that for pre-ordering the game, because I've got that and I've got the standard. You get that for pre-ordering the game.
Exactly, and they're still moaning.
With the deluxe, you do get a crate for each class that's got.
Okay, it might be that then.
I think.
Yeah,
but it's, to me, I don't see a problem with that.
It's unjustified now. It's just salty people being salty because they can, and trolls just being trolls because they can. I think they need to leave it alone and let the game progress.
Yeah.
But we might as well crack on and go into the next part, talk about the graphics and soundtrack. Now, for me, yes, I have a very high-end gaming laptop that I've spent a lot of money on, and I've recently upgraded the RAM so I can play it properly, and I have the settings set on Ultra for everything, and it is a beautiful game. They've done a lot of work. I mean, when they released the first Battlefront game, it was a stunning game, but you could tell they spent a lot more time in the presentation than they had the actual gameplay. Whereas this time around, they've been able to focus on the gameplay and just improve upon what they've already set a standard for the aesthetics. And I think they've done a fantastic job.
Yeah, this was well worth. I mean, the couple of months ago is I got my 4K telly because I knew Battlefront's coming out. 2 months ago, I got my PS4 Pro because I'm really prepping for Battlefront. Last week, I got my gaming headset because I'm prepping for Battlefront. It's all been worth it. My favorite map's Naboo, and just the detail on anything from the city to inside. You go around the buildings, there are portraits of people like C.O. Bibble.
Yeah, and Queen Jamala. And
and
I noticed that the beach was like, oh, look at that.
I just stood there watching it and then I got shot.
It's the weather on Camino.
Yeah, I've done that before as well. Like on Naboo, when you've got the like lights around the trees.
Yeah.
And like I noticed on playing on Yavin earlier, there was these random creatures. I literally was just following one. I was like, what the hell is this? What's doing this? And then I got shot in the head.
You've also got the pick horns in Yavin as well, which is kind of cool.
Jakku's got the not only scavengers, which the idiots keep trying to shoot.
Oh yeah, the scavenger birds.
Do you see the idiot?
Oh, I did.
You get the scavenger birds, but you actually get the scavenger people. And I've seen so many noobs trying to shoot them, thinking that they're rebels.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're running.
Didn't see any of them.
If you do Galactica sort of charge forward straight away, you'll see them running, and the idiots think they're like the other enemy.
Takadana as well.
Yeah, Takadon's great. You get everyone running around that.
Yeah.
It's the weather on Camino I like. Just the way they've managed to get the sea done and get the Venator sat there. I thought it was fantastic.
I love it on Camino.
When you have the cruisers come in and just go around the bottom, and they've done it so well. I mean, aesthetically, it is a stunning game.
Yeah, the amount of times I've just been like going around a map and I just see something and just start looking at it and then get killed.
Yeah.
There was on Tatooine earlier, and there was womp rats, and I actually shot one, and it does jump around.
The way they've also now
got a bullseye womp rat.
The way they've now incorporated the fact if you get dirty and dusty or shot whatever, you get dirty, dusty and shot, you get the carbon scoring.
Yeah.
The way they've
I noticed that on Takadana. Like I first saw the Stormtrooper, I thought it was just like a different variant, and I looked at it after I killed it, I was like, oh no, it's just mud. I thought it had different boots on it. It was just muddy. It just got muddy armor. It's like, okay, that's pretty cool.
No, they really have ramped up for this game, and I'm very lucky that I have the. So, I mean, my laptop is a beautiful spec. I've got a NVIDIA 940MX graphics card with an Intel i7 6th generation processor with 8 GB RAM, so I can run it on Ultra, and I'm just blown away by everything on that game. I think it's fantastic. And then the soundtrack itself, I think they've done a wonderful. They've incorporated bits from Episode 7, from Rogue One as well. You got a bit of Krennic's theme in there. You got a bit of Kylo Ren's theme in there. You got a bit of old, a bit of new, a bit of everything really.
I would say
it does kind of bug me slightly that they've got like your thing with the heroes being in different eras, like hearing something from the prequels when you're playing on like Tatooine. Or
I don't mind that only because it's the music. So.
Yeah,
the soundtracks. Yeah, it doesn't bother me too much. I'm like, this is in the wrong era. But
I laughed on Jakku, the Order 66 theme played, and I was just there. Like, I bet Kylo Ren's absolutely wetting himself.
Yeah.
It
worries me when that comes on and I'm playing with the clone troopers. Like, oh dear.
I do think it is great though, because on the last game, one of my issues was that they had the nice theme for the main menu, but there was no music. There was no John Williams music on that game at all. There was like re-recordings that you get them terrible covers. It felt like they tried that a couple of times, but this one they've actually gone out and they've got the licenses, and we can hear the actual real Star Wars things, which just gives it a much better experience over the game.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's my thought on the soundtracks. Is that has everyone got their final thoughts?
A final thought for me. Now, final thought for me. The campaign I give 7.5 out of 10. Because I love the story in some aspects. I love the references to the books. I love playing as Luke, but they turned too soon, and they could do better. The game as a whole, I give 8.5 out of 10, just purely because the story lets down a little bit. However, the improvements they've made with with the graphics, with the soundtrack, with just every little bit is that little bit better. And when you add it all up, it makes a big difference. That's the only thing I want is customization and the ability to pick what era I'm going to play as. But I reckon that will come with time. Because if they're listening now, imagine what they're going to do in the future when they listen more. That's the way I'm looking at it. What are your thoughts, guys?
Robin?
Well, for me, the story really did let it down because it just felt like so much was missing. Like they go, oh, we're going to do this. And then you cut to Han Solo. Like, wait, why can't I play as Iden doing that? And I give like the story a 5 out of 5, 5.5 out of 10, really. Because, it just felt like it was missing huge chunks. And the fact that they just turned like that and suddenly, oh, we're rebellion. Like, okay, fine. Like 7.5 out of 10 for the whole thing because multiplayer is just really fun to play. I mean, it still needs like some work on, like you said, customization. Because like as a rebel, I'd love to play as a Duros character. Humans at the moment.
Or a Bothan. I want to play as a Bothan so I can die as many Bothans.
Or a Bothan, yeah.
But
or
that's coming. That's coming. George?
I'd give the entire game a nice complete 8. It's not without flaws, such as the campaign having that far too early switch, a couple of minor tidbits online throughout, but just overall, I think it's been a fantastic experience. It's not perfect, but they've done so much better than what the last game did, and they've gone beyond my expectations. I almost said a Krennic quote there, but no, not Krennic.
Oh
Tarkin.
no, you! I'm sure you
Tarkin.
did. As soon as you turned on, you went, oh, it's beautiful.
Well, no, I was going to do Tarkin and say your work exceeds all expectations. But the game itself, it's a massive improvement. I'm looking forward to punching in many, many dozens of hours ahead for the future. And I just want to see what else they're doing. I think the future's looking bright for free DLC. Through that campaign, you work out you are going to get Scarif, which means probably Jyn and Krennic. There's been leaks online. We can just say this. What I read was that Anakin, Obi-Wan, Padme, Count Dooku, Jango Fett, and General Grievous are all going to be in DLC characters.
Grievous that I want to play as. I want to spin my lightsabers and just run around going, I ain't going to kill you all, whirly bird. You will die.
The other thing, the original Camino concept art had Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter and Jango Fett's Slave 1 in, which means that hopefully they are as part of the DLC with it.
Players Jedi Starfighter. That's the other thing. Robin, I agree with you on this one, but do you want to do your other little criticism of said Starfighter?
Yes. Just a slight thing is Yoda's Jedi Starfighter is wrong. Because it's just the regular size, yet in the Clone Wars he has his stubby little one. And for me, I just saw that, I was like, that's not Yoda's Starfighter. That's for a full-sized person.
You can see him sitting really small in it as well on the menu. When someone gets MVP with it, you can actually see Yoda like below the height.
Yeah, they have missed the scale.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I want Plo Koon.
Yeah, because it's the wrong one.
I want to play as Plo Koon. I want Wolf Squadron.
I want... why I always forget the fun characters' names? Not Wat Tambor. You can't do anything with him. Not Pong Krell.
I want Commander Lockder, because that way they can get George Takei in it. That would be amazing.
That would be funny. I want the Ghost and Hera.
But yes, actually, it was missing Rebels era. That's actually one of my criticisms of missing Rebels era.
I want Coleman Treebor. That's
really
the one.
close to episode 4.
Oh, Treebor, yes.
Oh, yes.
If they just do Geonosis DLC and like your introduction is Jango Fett is just Coleman Treebor just jumping up to you for arcade mode, then all is forgiven.
I want Kit Fisto.
But one thing, right? Everyone go now. 2 characters you want, 1 hero, 1 villain, 1 planet you want. Do a round table. That'll be our final thing for this game. Phil, go first.
No.
Phil?
Okay, 1 hero, Plo Koon. I love Plo Koon. He's one of my favorite characters from the Clone Wars. 1 villain, one that hasn't been rumored. Probably actually go Darth Sidious. I mean, like as end of the Clone Wars, dual lightsaber wielding Darth Sidious. And 1 planet. I'd actually like to play as on Coruscant, actually on the ground on Coruscant.
Robin?
I'd love to play as Hera because she's just my favourite character. See, I would say Grievous, but he's already been rumoured to be in it. I don't know, maybe like a band like Dengar or something.
Dengar will come. Dengar was in the last one.
Yeah, and I would actually like to play on Umbara. because it's like a quite dark and atmospheric place, and just trying to find people on that would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun to play as.
George?
I want the Senate, Mace Windu, and Palpatine's office.
That just sounds like you're playing Cluedo.
Mace Windu with the Senate chamber chair in the office.
Yeah. I'd actually quite like to see Mandalore. Mandalore would be a great one.
Yeah, the armor. I mean, they could do something like that for all we know, but I think they've got a lot planned. And if you look at the structure of EA's games, you get 1 year of updates, and you get 1 year of nothing. While they're we're going to get Battlefront for a year, then there'll be a Battlefield. They'll do that for a year, then we'll get a new Battlefront for a year. That's the way they do it. So I think we get everything across the next year, which I guess everything is looking forward to. What coming from Chris though, the rewards are still hugely undervalued as well. Credits needs to be increased, and crafting parts are a joke to make enough upgrade cards. I do agree with that. Crafting parts, I've got no idea why you get so little of them. There's only for 3 currencies. They should either just stick to credits and crystals, or credits and crafting parts, get rid of the other. But they need to make it fairer to get some more, because when you start ranking up like I am as well, it's like 120 crafting parts, and that's just to get an extra 1% on a gun.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. Yeah. But yes, so final thoughts. We want to see more. However, it's a big step up from the last game, and we are all mightily impressed. And we've put a lot of hours into it before we've done this. So we're not saying we're experts, but we have put a lot of effort into it. But yeah, I think that's about it from us. I don't think there's any other final comments, guys.
That's me all done talking Battlefront 2. Obviously, we'll just plug as usual. We're back on Wednesday with a new show. But also, across the next few months, if there is Battlefront news, we'll be reporting it on our show. If there's any updates with DLC, for example, we've got Phasma Finn coming next month. We'll talk about it on Wednesday as well. But there's a whole Last Jedi season where you pick a faction. You're going to get rewards if your faction wins, and blah, blah, blah. So there's quite a lot to keep reporting on for Battlefront 2.
Indeed. I may at some point do some gameplay videos for this channel, just having a look at my stuff at the moment to see what I can and can't do. But we'll keep you posted on that. But yes, Robin, any final thoughts? Or are you all good?
Oh, there's one other thing. When you're playing on, I keep forgetting Aiden's home planet, Vardos. It was quite cool how you saw a poster for Palpatine.
I saw that
before it became. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, that's pretty cool. Palpatine. That was pretty cool.
I didn't know if it was a mistake, and I searched it to see if it was in that book they did last year, but I couldn't find anything. But no.
I just noticed and was like, oh my god, that's pretty cool Palpatine. That's pretty cool. So, yes. That's a propaganda poster.
Yeah. Thank you, Robin, for joining us, for jumping on such late notice. Dave will be joining us again on Wednesday. Yes, we do have a new show coming up this Wednesday at our usual time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page and our Twitter. We've been One to the Force. May the Force of others be with you. Good night.